Hello, everyone. I'm pre-recording this. Just going to do some reading. I won't have a live chat in here tonight because it's just a pre-recorded video. No, I'm not live. And that'll be fun, right? Somehow I got a super chat. It says, Tammy McD, love you, Scooter. Thank you, Tammy. A comment just showed up with the super chat. I didn't know it did that on a pre-recorded video. Well, I mean, it's not pre-recorded. I'm recording it right now. I hope you like the stories that I'm going to read. My name is Debbie to Scooter. I'm 29 years old. Well, close to it. And I just like to have fun here on YouTube. Hope you'll join me and listen to my stories. There's stories I read out of a magazine. That's my husband's TV you hear in the back. I'm sorry if it bothers you. I might have to edit it out. Okay. All I do is I read stories and I'll ask questions sometimes, little trivia questions. That's all. And you just sit back and you listen. Okay? And I always have a drink. This is punch, and it actually got frozen. Forgot about it in the freezer, so. And this is water. I also have a channel. Well, it's not my channel. It's a friend of mine, if you'd like to check her out. She has a lot of my subscribers, and I'm okay with that because she deserves it. I used to have 40,000 subscribers. Just so happens they like her better, so they all went over there. But I have still almost 2,000. I'm happy with that. I don't mind sharing. The masses have spoken. They took their vote. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let's just relax, everybody. I'm going to read more on this right here. One that looks just like Davita's mother. I was so psychic about that. Sorry, that's someone I know. It's very important, but making this video was more important than anything. Glad there's not a live audience, because when you have a live audience, you have to be on guard every moment. You can't do certain things, you know. Like there's lots of things I can do right now and I'll edit them right out and nobody will ever know. That's the good thing about it. If I want to sit here and, blow my nose and dig around in there or clean my ears, I can. It'll all be edited out. Nobody will be any of the wiser. Let me notify Davita, my friend, that I have this playing. This is called They're Playing Our Song. For all you youngins, this is a 45 record. 45 RPMs. They had side 1 and side 2. You had a song on each side. This is called, this one, Never Till Now by Steve Melton, Dallas, Texas. When I first met my wife, Jane, we were listening to Beatles music at a school reunion. Then someone changed the CD player to play random selections by various artists. So Jane and I talked about how the Beatles were the best ever. We decided to go together the next week to a club that played only the Beatles. We danced to fast and slow tunes, but our favorite slow tune was the Beatles recording of Till There Was You, a beautiful song written by Meredith Willson and first performed by Barbara Cook and Robert Preston in the 1957 Broadway hit, The Music Man. Shirley Jones sang it with Preston in the 1962 movie. Jane and I went back to the club the next week, and the week after that, and every week, hoping each time that they would play our favorite song. There were bells on a hill, but I never heard them ringing. I never heard them at all. Till There Was You. I don't really sort of do remember. That was and is very true for me, from when we started dating to today. Everything around me seemed more positive. Then there was music and wonderful roses, they tell me, in the sweet, fragrant meadows of dawn and dew. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all. Till there was you. It's astonishing how putting your song on the turntable can make you feel as though you're the only two people in the world at that moment. And here's a picture of Shirley Jones. There was love all around, but I never heard it singing. No, I never heard it at all till there was you. Now, see, I will edit that out. Nobody will ever know. Now, this is Shirley Jones right here from The Music Man, okay? Here she is. No, I never heard that at all. Okay, and we have some more. Oh, I hope Davita comes. Well, Silly One Sticks. Little Ditty About Tea serves a lifetime of laughs by Joanne Schuler Cook, Prescott, Arizona. Jack and I had the stupidest song. We met on a blind date in 1952. He was a Marine stationed in Santa Ana, California, and on his way to Korea. I had just graduated from high school. We were apart more than we were together the next 2 years. When he was discharged, Jack went home to Columbus, Ohio for a few months until he returned to LA for our wedding. Where was I all that time? Living at home, listening to romantic songs by singers such as Joe Stafford, You Belong to Me, Eddie Fisher, Wish You Were Here, and Perry Como, No Other Love. I wrote to Jack almost every night, putting purple 3-cent stamps on the front of the envelopes and writing SWAK, that's sealed with a kiss, on the back. On the back, while I played Jackie Gleason's album, Music for Lovers Only. I bet some of you didn't know that, Jackie Gleason from the Honeymooners. I remember he directed a band, an orchestra. I think he played trombone or something too, some instrument. Yet somehow neither of us knows exactly how we adopted Tea for Two as our song. We didn't even drink tea. In fact, Jack and I never drank the same beverages. He liked coffee or beer. I preferred milk or soda. We will raise a family, a boy for you and a girl for me. Oh, can you see how happy we would be? We had to change those lyrics eventually. We had 3 boys and 5 girls. We have laughed about this through the years. What a ridiculous song. And here's Doris Day right here. She made Tea for Two a sweet ballad in the 1950 film of the same name. Remember her? Tea for two and two for tea. A boy for you, a girl for me. When BMI ranked the 100 most played songs on American radio and TV in the 20th century, 12 of the top 20 were love songs, and number 1 was a lament to fading romance. You've lost that love and feeling by the Righteous Brothers. Protest songs, road songs, joke songs all speak to the head and feel dated over time. Love songs speak to the heart. They endure. These tunes have strong connections to their eras. Yet, like all good love songs, they are timeless. Here's some right here. You have Stardust from 1931 from Hoagy Carmichael. This is him. He recorded his jazz masterpiece in 1927 by Mitchell Parish's lyrics, written in 29, turned the song into an elegy for a beloved lost to time. Bing Crosby and Louis Armstrong did versions in 1931. And in 1939, we have If I Don't Care, the song that made the Ink Spots, right here, famous, is a spirited ode to love's irresistible power. Tenor Bill Kenny leads the captivating vocals. The Library of Congress added this version to the National Recording Registry in 2017, and that's from 1939. 2 for tea and do-do-do-do-do-dee. A boy for you, a girl for me. And 1942, As Time Goes By, originally written in 1931, Herman Hupfield's tune on the basics of love earned new fame as the focal point of Casablanca. or Casablanca, film about an epic romance and an epic war, is still the same old story and worth repeating. Golden Moment. This is from Stanley Brown, Angola, New York. This is so weird. I don't understand. They're allowing, well, they're letting, I guess, comments come in when you're recording, I guess. Yeah, I guess. Guess they're just writing them under the video. It's not like real time or anything. It's a new thing on Davida. Did you know that? I'm messaging her. Yeah, it's really cool. It seems like you're live, but you're really not. It's a new feature. And you can change everything on it, Davida. You could even sit here naked if you wanted, and people would never know because, you would edit that part out. Or you could put like, a cartoon thing where, you would have clothing on somehow. 2 for tea and 2 for tea. It's really cool. It's like a real video. It's like a live video, but it's not. It's hard to explain, Davida. You probably know about it though. You have so many, you have a huge channel. So I bet you've been doing this and I'm just finding out. I'm so glad though that you guys, the comments come up while your video is being made. And you think, it looks like you're live, but you're not. And you don't even have to rush because you can speed it up. In fact, I'm going to get naked right now just to prove it. Oh, better not. They can see through that window. There's a thing across the road. I better not do that. Because they can see me in real time. Oh, this is so cute. I love this. I really do. It's like so fun. It's a brand new feature. Davida, you've done this. I know you have. Answer me, please. Oh, well, let me read these. I'm sorry to all the new subscribers or someone that may have just stopped by to catch this. Let's get back to the show. On December 7th, 1946, I went on a date and found my soulmate. I knew she was the right one, so 10 days later, I asked Jerry to marry me. Jerry with a G, that's my mother's name as well. Our wedding was the following August. At one point, when we were dating, Jerry performed the Peggy Lee song Golden Earrings at an amateur show. She was the only girl there, as far as I was concerned. It was our song until she passed away in 1998. Today, when my granddaughters sing it for me, it brings tears to my eyes. From Stanley Brown, Angola, New York. I'm going to go like this, and that'll show where I want the video to stop, because I'm going to take a break, and it will automatically stop it. Okay, are we ready for the next story? This is so cool. I love this. Lexi, this new feature is awesome. Well, it's new to me. I think Davida and Carolyn already knew about it. The comments are coming up as like a live video, but you're really not live. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Blue Seas, Blue Eyes. When I was a high school senior, the students picked Harbor Lights as the class song. Later at our wedding, David and I danced to Harbor Lights for the first time as husband and wife. He held me close as I looked into his beautiful blue eyes. After that moment, whenever Harbor Lights played on the radio, we were reminded of how our love had grown through the years. Though David died in 2019, I still see his blue eyes, especially when I hear our song from Helen Truitt, Blues, Delaware. Ellie and Blues, Delaware. Righteous Memories. My husband Lynn and I met in 1956 when we were both still in high school. We lived 25 miles apart. Lynn worked on his parents' farm, but on Saturdays and Sundays, that is so nice. Um, Mike, thank you so much. I'm glad you're listening. Love you, Mike. And Joy, please relax and listen. Very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. And you didn't have to do that. Well, you know you didn't, but you're really sweet. Thank you, Mike. This is so different. I don't understand it, but I love it. Very sweet. So on Saturdays and Sundays, he'd finish early and he'd drive to my house. We'd go to a movie or just drive around talking and listening to the radio. The first time we heard Gene Vincent sing Unchained Melody, we knew it was our song. It described how we felt when we were apart. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your touch. We married the next year. When the version by the Righteous Brothers at To the Right was released in 1965, it became our favorite. From Sharon Turner, Arlington, Indiana. And see, that's the beauty of this. If I don't want somebody to hear me singing, it'll be taken out. All I do is go. I'm back. Here you go. See, look. Here you go. Guessing game. Scott was my first crush when I was 14 and he was 17. We reconnected on Facebook 30 years later. I'd post song lyrics and ask friends to guess the song and artist. Scott always played along. We chatted on Facebook for a few months, but he hadn't asked me out, so I posted the lyrics to I'd Really Love to See You Tonight, which was a hit for England Dan and John Ford Coley in 1976. When Scott guessed correctly, I replied, "You do?" We married in 2012 from Melissa Snooks Pate, Salisbury, Indiana. Here we go. She Told Him So. The Dixie Cups Were Right After All by Roberta Barasu, Kennesaw, Georgia. Davida and Moo, I got to send you both a message. Carolyn goes live. Please let me know. In fact, I'm going to message Carolyn right now. I'm going to leave her a voice message. Carolyn? Wait a minute. Why isn't this working? Here we go. Hi, Carolyn. Hi, Carolyn. Is this Deborah? Debbie? Will you please? I just want to tell you that I'm making a video right now. One of those ones where it's like a live, but it's really not. And I'm reading right now. If you want to come, it's one of those new things I think that you and Davida do. People think you're live, but you're really not. And you can, take out anything. Like you could sit here naked if you wanted. You could, be blowing your nose, picking your nose, anything you want, taking your earwax out, cutting your nails, nobody would know. So if you want, come on over, okay? Oh, and don't worry, they will never hear me leaving this message because it'll be taken out. It's, you know how that goes because I guess you do it all the time. It's awesome. You should have told me about this. Oh boy. She never wants me to know this little tricks of the trade. So she got my 40,000 subs. But I don't need my 40,000. I'm glad they like her better and they over there. It's perfectly fine with me. Here we go. You guys know who they are, right? Yes. And that is the Dixie Cups. I thought that was the Supremes for a second. Dan and I started dating in the spring of 1964. In early 1965, he gave me a single of the hit Chapel of Love. My brother wasn't too happy about it, but I told him one day Dan and I are going to get married. After I graduated from high school in June 1965, I was headed to New York to stay with a friend and her family. Dan drove me to the train station, and we decided at that point to date other people while we were apart. We got back together when I returned home to Michigan. In 1966, the Happenings version of See You in September was a big hit. That became another favorite for Dan and me, perhaps because it described what had happened in our relationship. Here we are, saying goodbye at the station. Summer vacation is taking you away. We married in October 1967. I knew we would share a long journey together. We raised two sons who are now music teachers and accomplished jazz musicians. Both Chapel of Love and See You in September bring a smile to our faces every time we hear them. We stop and just listen to the words that brought us together. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Gee, I really love you and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel of love. Yeah, 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 yeah. You really are cute. Now I know why he liked that ball and cast away. You are really cute. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Going to the chapel and we're gonna get married. Gee, I really love. Wait, nah, I'm getting off topic or off key. Now, see, I wouldn't want that in there, so I would cut that part out. I can be as silly as I want. Nobody will even know. Gee, gee, I really love you. Gonna get married. Going to the chapel of love. Yeah, 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 yeah. Frankie Valli, 1967. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'd be like heaven to touch. I want to hold you so much. And when last love has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. It took a while, is this one. Longtime friends discover kinship in retirement by Jean Amaral, Union City, California. At Last by Etta James, a vocal legend. Look at that. My love has come along. Those lonely days are over. And of the night. I don't know that one. That is a good song. My wife Barbara and I first met when we both started teaching at the same high school in September 1968. We were on the same staff for 16 years, and many of those years we worked together as senior class advisors. Barbara left the school in 1984 to work as an administrator in a different district. I worked the rest of my 32-year career in my original school district. We didn't meet again until 2008 when we both attended a luncheon for teacher retirees. We were both in our mid-60s, and each of us had always been single. we began dating. We married in 2011. The priest who officiated at our wedding said Barbara and I were the oldest couple that had ever married for the first time. To almost everyone who knew us, it seemed plain that neither of us would ever marry. When we entered the reception room, the DJ played Etta James' version of At Last. The song started as the door opened and we walked in, just as Etta sang Jetta. See, and I will take that out clip. Saying At Last. Our guests responded with riotous laughter and applause. It's been our song ever since. In 1972 was Roberta Flack's haunting version of this 1957 ballad by UK folk artist Ewan MacColl, shot to fame after it appeared in the movie Play Misty for Me. It continues to resonate, as Jim Begavilla observed in American Songwriter, with anyone who's ever been floored by the first flush of love, the first time I ever saw your face. 1972. The first time ever I saw your face. I can't remember. And then 1992, I Will Always Love You by Dolly Parton. Hello? Yes. 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 Uh-huh. Okay, love you. Okay, thank you. Bye. Lisa just called me. Lisa H. She happens to think I'm live. She doesn't understand. It's really cute, though. She thinks I'm live. All you guys think I'm live. I'm not. Super cute. See, this is how realistic this is, isn't it? So I'm going to clap. That will take the call right out. And we're back. Dolly Parton, 1992. She topped the country charts twice in 1974 and 1982 with this musical farewell to her former TV co-star Porter Wagner. But Whitney Houston made it a powerhouse love song. It topped Billboard's Hot 100 for 14 weeks in 1992. And here we have retro replay. I wonder if anyone recognizes these young men here. Look at that. The cool kids, the Rolling Stones, Mick Jagger, Bill Wyman, Brian Jones, Keith Richards, and Charlie Watts in a rare quiet moment in their early days. This year is the band's 60th anniversary. And they have a Stones quiz in here. Now, that's the only thing. See, I can't play this quiz in real time to have you guys answer. So I'll have to wait until I'm doing an actual real live. when I'm doing an actual real live, I will ask these trivia questions. It'll be fun, I think, right? Play a game. I'm going to see if I think this will allow me to fix my hair too, where it'll look like, oh, and it's, see, that is wonderful. Thank you, Nicole Griffith. You didn't have to do that. You deserve all the super chats tonight. LMAO. That is so sweet. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you. I really mean that, though. Thank you. But just so you know, we will be doing this when I actually do a real live, okay? Carolyn, I wish you would have told me about this. You know? I understand you wanted to keep it to yourself. But, you should have known I was going to find out about this feature. Here's the vintage ads, everyone. Aren't these cool? Just love these. Look at those chocolate-covered cherries, how good that looks. Look at the Brocs. How pretty that is. It's 1951. Easter Sunday, March 25th. Remember her with a Whitman sampler. That way if I mess something up, I want to be perfect and I want to be professional. It's specially decorated for Easter. A woman never forgets the man who remembers. Make it a twofer. The Whitman sampler became a staple in World War II when the company shipped thousands of free boxes to troops overseas. By 1951, a Whitman sampler was the go-to treat for every occasion, from first dates to the last of school, or, in this case, from Valentine's Day to Easter. Here's 1948 Brock's chocolate cherries, and you pick the finest. Cordially yours, Chicago-based Brock's was best known for its star-shaped chocolate pan candies, but its cherry cordials ran a close second. At one point, Brock's had the largest candy factory in the world. In the mid-1940s, its annual sales were 22 million. Thank you, Kevin. This is wonderful. I love this. Thank you. That's so sweet. But you shouldn't have done that. And that's wonderful, Kevin. And I'm busted. Oh, I know. I'm always busted. Thank you, Kevin. You're so sweet. I don't pretend to know how this works, but I love it. It looks like you're live, but you're not. And you can see the comments coming up in real time. It's wonderful. Wouldn't you like some candy? That's what this one's called. And then I'll read what it says. Those candies from back then, they look so good, don't they? Look at the chocolate. These chocolate bars or whatever they are. Oh, it's making my mouth water. It seems like everything looked and tasted so much better. Wouldn't you like some candy? If you were a newspaper reporter and the presses were being held for your story and you had to keep on pounding it out and needed a quick energy pickup, wouldn't you like some candy? If you were an elevator starter and you wanted to produce a 4 o'clock treat for your friends around the building, what could be better than to say, wouldn't you like some candy? If you were the heartthrob of the prettiest girl in town, wouldn't it be swell to make your next date super special by saying, Happy Valentine, wouldn't you like some candy? Candy is delicious food. Enjoy some every day. From the Council on Candy of the National Confectioners Association, Headquarters 1 North LaSalle Street, Chicago 2, Illinois. Candy sweetens the deal. Yes, once upon a time in America, the candy lobby advertised. This life spot from the Confectioners Association shows the many ways candy can make things easier, whether you're banging out a breaking news story, persuading that gal to be your date, or smoothing things over with the doorman. Look at the doorman holding the candy. Wouldn't you like some candy? Now, today they'd say that's politically incorrect because the man could be enticing some little child. You know, you can't just offer candy. There's got to be something bad about it. Oh, Canadian-born Lauren Green was a radio personality and actor as well as a hit musician. This is a brush with fame. This is a reader's brush with fame, and she's going to tell us about her brush with fame. Yes, it's the Reminisce magazine. Oh, you can't. Okay, wait, this isn't real time, so wait, who said that? Okay, High 61 says this is like the Reminiscent magazine. So it is. I don't know if that's High 61. If that's what you meant, you can leave that down in the comments, and I will. It's Reminisce. And Lisa H. has commented that she really likes, yes, Lisa H., I see your comment. And you liked the Brock's candy that was like coconut squares. The colors were pink, white, and brown. Yum. Yes, Lisa. And we see Danielle C. here has left a comment. Two Scooter Chick is ignoring me as always. And no, I am not ignoring you. As always, I don't ignore you at all, ever. I just had to take that part out where I was fiddling with my hair. Okay. Her brush with fame from Nelda R. Bishop, Statesboro, Georgia. Ma'am, let me offer you my seat. Lauren Green gives up his shotgun post. My mother-in-law, Thelma, needed to see specialists at the Mayo Clinic in Rochester, Minnesota in 1976. I went along as her caregiver and brought my children, Kim, 3, and Erica, baby. Thelma was frail and rode in a wheelchair through the Savannah airport. I must have looked a bit frantic because many people offered to help me. There was a buzz of excitement as we waited to board, and I saw that the actor Lauren Green was on our flight. Bonanza was a family TV favorite. Green played Ben Cartwright, the handsome owner of the Ponderosa Ranch. I felt certain we wouldn't see much of him, since I had a small brood to look after, and he would be in first class. Once we were in the air, the flight attendant told me that when we reached Atlanta, I should deplane ahead of the other passengers so we would catch our connecting flight. When we landed, one attendant helped Thelma with the wheelchair, and a second took Kim. I carried Eric down to the tarmac, where an airport limousine, a station wagon actually, waited to take us to our gate for the connecting flight. Mr. Green sat in the front passenger of the limo. Wait. See, I took that out because I said limbo. That's limo. He graciously helped Thelma, a gentle woman who never asked for special favors, into his spot. Then he helped me and my kids into the back seat. He climbed into the rear of the vehicle and perched on our luggage. I pretended to be nonchalant and did not ask for his autograph, which I regret. He told me he'd been in Savannah filming the TV miniseries Roots and was on his way to attend a fundraiser for Humphrey Bogart, who was considering a presidential run. I never knew that. Did any? Please leave that in the comments if you knew that he was considering a presidential run at one point. At the end of our short ride, Mr. Green helped Thelma out of the car and into the wheelchair as airport workers got us onto our flight. Lauren Green was a true gentleman. Did you know he was from Canada? He was born in Ottawa, Ontario, the son of Russian Jewish immigrants. A radio newscaster for the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, Green's I don't know what that delivery. I'm going to just leave that word out. Earned him the nickname of Voice of Canada. The actor played patriarchal figures Ben Cartwright on Bonanza and Commander Adams in the 1978 sci-fi TV series Battlestar Galactica and movie of the same name, also 1978. Green's spoken word gunfighter ballad Ringo became an unlikely hit in 1964, topping the charts for 6 weeks. I do remember Ringo, that song. I do remember it. And I don't know why. Does anyone leave a message for me? Who you think this woman, when you first glance at her, who she reminds you of? Just that first glance. To me, I thought Tammy Faye Baker. I don't know why. And this is back in time. See and do. Here's a picture. At 3 years old, in 1935, I watched as my grandfather pumps up a tire. I went on to a career as an auto technician and teacher. My son and great-grandsons followed in my footsteps. From Edward Reeve, Groveland, Massachusetts. Look how cute. And let me know also in the comments if I'm holding these at eye level where you can see them. It's hard for me to tell. It looks like you are able to see them though. Oh, let's see. I'm going to read a comment. That way. Yes, see, Mommy Ramblings has left a comment. She says, oh gosh, I thought this was live. So she knows. She knows that is correct. It is live, but it isn't. Oh, and my favorite feature again. Look at these. Wait, let me hold one page at a time. Vintage Valentines. Okay, I am going to okay, let's see here. We have okay. All right. Yes. Okay. Pictures from the past. Kid-friendly Valentines for the whole class. Boxes of die-cut cards with cute animals and silly wordplay became widely available in the baby boomer years. The packs had enough Valentines for everyone, including the teacher, so no one would be left out. Edward Stewart received these Valentines as a fifth grader at Monier Elementary School in Detroit, Michigan in 1950. His brother Robert of Villa Rica, Georgia, sent the collection to reminisce. This is where, oh, I just took a water break. Here we go. You're just my type, Valentine. I pine for you, Valentine. Say you'll be mine. How come you don't choose me for your Valentine? I'd stick to you. Right off the bat, Valentine, hit with me. You'd be a perfect Valentine. I think you're a big wheel. I'll never tire of you. Be my Valentine. And I would like I would like, and if you would also let us know what Valentine's was like in your school. Did you give a Valentine to everyone in the class and your teacher? And how about your kids and your grandkids? Has that changed at all? If you wouldn't mind leaving us a comment about that. Right now, okay, I am going to read one of the comments, another one from High 61. He says, my grandfather was a top turret gunner and a flight engineer on a B 24s on B 24s during World War II. He was stationed out of Italy with the 15th Air Corps 464th Brigadier. I'm not sure. That's why I like history. And see, this is really nice because I can read comments out in real time. It looks like real time, but it's not real time. Okay. And, okay, people are already commenting. They gave to the entire class. I see Lisa H said, and so does a Josie West. And a whisper to me says that her dad was in World War II. And a Kevin Leonard says he's surprised I can clap with two broken hands. Very cool. And Carol Clark, I see Carol Clark has left a comment. Now, see, this is very interactive, isn't it? I think I really like this better than real lives. I think I kind of do. We've all got mail. The smallest one on the playground. I loathed games like Crack the Whip. When the kids put me at the end of the whip line and then tore off across the playground, it was God's mercy I didn't land on the school roof. 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 Pause. Lexi? Lexi. How do you pronounce roof, the word ROOF? Huh? What? Say that again. No, just say it. Roof? It sounded so funny the first time you said it. Roof, right? I didn't land on the school roof. Perhaps out of pity for my poor showing on the field, teachers chose to make the Valentine box for the class each year. I delighted in being chief engineer for the construction. After school, my assistants helped me wrap the biggest cardboard cartoon we could find with crepe paper, leaving a slit in the top for the Valentines. We covered it with red paper hearts and doilies and pictures cut from old Valentines. Usually I walked to school, but our beautiful box was delivered in state in Dad's car. I installed it at the rear of our classroom and reveled in my classmates' admiring comments. Most kids brought Valentines for every student, including the teacher. A great deal of thought went into selecting just the right sentiment for each classmate, especially for a special someone, for that special someone. From Millie Baker Ragosta, Bellefonte, Pennsylvania. I'm going to stop this video for a moment while I check something to make sure Mommy Ramblings is not live yet, because she will be actually live. First time ever I saw your face. I think she's still in there. I'm making a video right now. I'm not live, but it kind of is, sort of. Okay. Here we have a classic car. High 61. Oh, High 61. High 61. You're in the comments. I know you like model cars. You probably like real cars too. It's an American Nash Healey Sports, British accents. Classy styling got the Nash Healey on the big screen. William Holden drove one in the 1954 movie Sabrina. Is she still in our room? Well, she's probably in the closet. Before the Shelby Cobra or Chevy Corvette, Nash Kelvinator Corps blazed the trail with its Nash Healey two-seat sports car, one of the most unusual models Nash ever offered, and one that made its mark in Europe's elite road races in the early 1950s. The collaboration between Nash CEO George Mason and British racing genius Donald Healey came about when the two men I am going to read a comment from High 61, and he does corroborate that he does love this car. It's one of the most unusual models Nash ever offered, and one that made its mark in Europe's elite road races in the early 1950s. The collaboration between Nash CEO George Mason and the racing genius Donald Healey came about when the two men met on a transatlantic voyage. Mason offered robust Nash Ambassador drivetrains if Healy would take charge of the body and suspension. Healy souped up the Nash engines with aluminum cylinder heads and dual carburetors. The car recorded 10 top 10 finishes at the 24-hour Le Mans endurance race in 50, 51, and 52. Let me see. There's 2 more little articles to read, and then that will be it. And I am going to read another comment from the section. Kevin Leonard. He says, subscribe and help Scooter get to 2,000 subs. And just a little secret, I was at 2,000. I was over 2,000. And then they were gone. I don't know what happened. They went. So I need like at least 30 more, I think. If I didn't go down, I might have went even more, down even more. Not everybody can appreciate this beauty. Sometimes as young people have it really hard. And let me recognize a couple other. They're really cute comments people are leaving. I do enjoy them a lot. I do really enjoy them. Hashtag free Garnet, free Scooter, hashtag. They're very, very funny, very cute. I really enjoy it. You may be blocked after this. I do enjoy them. You can see my tattoo right here. Isn't that pretty? Okay, this is Niagara Really Falls. Look at that. I am going to look at the comments again, just call them out. Nicole Griffith likes the tattoo. Lisa H. She is laughing with hearts. Nicole Griffith states that she has 3 tattoos. Danielle states she hates them. High 61 states, I would love an old style car. Yes, LMN W50, I am reading your comment. This is my tattoo. My granddaughter, Amelia. This is from one of her little drawings that she had done. That has a sun with the rays, and inside she had written, just add sunshine. And I had that. Bonnie got this for me. We got tattoos at the same time. It is so cool, isn't it? And Lisa H. states that she has a rock, and so does Danielle. And I see Carol Clark has left a comment. Hi, Carol. Hello, Carol. Keep sending those funny things to me. I love them. LMN 50 states that she has many. Josie West, a cute tattoo. Help Me Rhonda states that's very special. Most certainly is, yes. Lisa H. is petting her rock. Okay, let's read this about Niagara. Niagara really falls. This is from the Last Laugh Department. This is by B.B. Zimmerman of Huntington, New York. Illustration by Tim Bauer. My sister Joyce and I left our family's Midtown Manhattan apartment in New York City on July 23rd, 1954, for an overnight bus trip to Niagara Falls. I was 18. Joyce was 4 days shy of 23. The trip and the expensive new camera she brought along were probably early birthday presents from our parents. We slept on the bus during the 11-hour trip. Upon arriving at the New York side of the falls the next day, we freshened up in a hotel ladies' room, changed our ship and shore sleeveless blouses, and went to the Prospect Point observation area. Joyce ran to the very edge of the point, which overhung the steep drop, and leaned over the railing to get the best shots of the ground underneath. I didn't like the looks of a long crack that ran all the way across the surface between me and the overhanging point, so I stayed back on this side of the crack. Joyce teased me, calling me a worrywart. A day or two after we got home, I read a newspaper article about Prospect Point being cornered off so geologists could study a large crack on the ground there. Ooh. Hey, that was my crack the world was reading about. The article didn't mention Joyce and me, but we must have been almost the last tourists on the spot before they closed it off. These geologists gave their expert opinions about the point's stability, with one saying the area would hold up for 5 years, another 10, and a third estimated that nothing would happen for 15 years. Their guesses weren't even close. Less than 1 week after our trip, on Wednesday, July 28th, 1954, okay, sorry, I had to take a drink. Okay, less than 1 week, the whole section from the crack all the way to the railing at the edge of the point, 185,000 tons of rock fell crashing into the gorge below. Thank goodness no one was injured, but those experts really should have asked me. Can you imagine that? And I do see a comment here that's reminding me from Carol Boyce to use my inhaler. And I think I'm going to. And we have one story left. That is something though. Wow. Oh my goodness. Those two were lucky. And this is the last one in this magazine. I do have pictures in here that I haven't shown, but maybe I can show them next time. Old pictures again. This one is called This Department is Lasting Impression, and Cupid Has a Day Off is the name of it. I am going to stop for a second while I do my inhaler, and then I will finish up. Cupid has an off day. Grade school declaration of love falls on eager ears by Audrey Carley, Iron River, Michigan. By the time the dismissal bell rang at the Central School in Wakefield, Michigan, in the mid 1940s, some students already had put away their valentines. I was surprised to find that one more had been left on my desk. The greeting card style valentine was unsigned. Stuck to the back was a note with its edges pasted shut. I didn't fully comprehend that this meant its contents were private. I loosened the white notepaper from the card and unfolded it, thinking that the mysterious sender might have signed this. My friends Becky and Elaine watched with wide eyes. That must be a real love letter, Becky said. I smiled. You've been watching too many love stories. It's a valentine, not a love letter. Some boys overheard my too loud answer and rushed over to find out what we were discussing. Expecting to find Happy Valentine's Day, I opened the note and started to read in a whisper. Surprised by the message, my words increased in volume just as it dawned on me that the message was personal and not meant to be public news. The message from my classmate Sam said, I love you. Do you love me? Tell me sometime. Several students gasped, and some smiled. Sam ran out of the classroom. I wish I'd known better than to open the valentine in front of anyone. Now I had embarrassed Sam and felt sick at heart. I followed him into the hall and said, Sam, thank you for the note. Have a nice Valentine's Day. He only nodded and shrugged. As time passed, Sam and I became friends, and remembering that day gave us both a little laugh. But we never dated. Romance had no chance after that fifth grade love letter. That's from Audrey Carley. Look how cute. And that will be it for tonight. Oh, the back of this. I don't know if I showed this before. I think I did. This was at Douglas College in New Jersey, the day Eleanor and I married. We'll celebrate our 52nd anniversary in July. From Bill Cover, Piscataway, New Jersey. I don't know how you pronounce that. Here they are. And let me show you what they look like today on page 26. I think I did show this bit. Just in case, for anyone who wasn't here. And we have okay, let me stop. Let me call out a comment. Mommy Ramblings blog has commented, is this recording ending now? And yes, it will be ending in less than 1 minute. I don't know if I got that. I hope I did. Here they are right here. Page 26. Where are they? I don't see them. They aren't showing them. These are other couples. Okay, this recording is now ending, and I thank you all. Thank you for comments. Thank you for the super chats that people have left. I don't know how you do that when it's not alive, but I really, really appreciate them. I really do. You guys are very sweet, and I hope this turned out fine. It's the first one I've ever done. Thank you so much. Now I'm out of here. I'm glad they can't see this. I think I really messed up. Well, if I did, I did. So what? Right? So what?